JT, maybe you could start by just saying how you feel about Casey DeSmith. He's coming in a very difficult position, obviously, and gets his first playoff win.
Yeah, he was very important for us today. These are going to be 2 hard road games for us, and for him obviously to step in and come up with a performance like that so timely is really big for our group. We always talk about how much confidence we have in him, and he showed us today why when he gets his chance he belongs in there, and I'm very happy for him.
Brock, when they have that big push in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, I know you guys didn't get a lot of shots. They didn't give up a lot of shots on Casey, but he looked strong. He was tracking it. How much confidence does that put through the group when you see him playing well, looking calm, and it kind of lets you guys just kind of get into the flow of your game?
Yeah, I think it's big, and we expected a push right out the gate, and we knew we just needed to stay patient and stick in there. And Casey made some big saves for us tonight, and like Millsy said, he was an important piece for us, and we're just happy for him tonight.
JT, I know you guys don't like talking about one another when you're sitting beside each other in this environment, but on your goal, shooting around the Brock screen, how big a part of that, of his presence there, was your goal here? I mean,
it's I also don't like talking about him either when I'm up here, but those don't go in without him. I'm shooting, about the top of the circle normally, and we've scored on that goal plenty of times over the years, but he's getting really good at, making the goalie, when I release it, look at his back, and he's too good to score on him from out there. It's not going to happen without the screen, and he knows that, so we try to show different looks, but obviously and that's, like I said, he's going to catch it if he can't see it, or if he sees it, he's going to catch it, so it's a great play by Brock.
Brock, same qualifier applies here. You got moved sort of back into the net front. You've been more in the bumper throughout this series until tonight, but you've put a lot of work in, I know, to improve as a screener, and some of that's been with JT's encouragement. Can you say anything about that sort of process for you?
Yeah, I think JT's played a lot of net front just back in the day for him, and took a while to buy in, but we bought in after a few years, and he's taught me a lot from just playing that position and looks that I have when I do get the puck. So yeah, he's helped me a lot.
Sorry, just one more for me. Despite how frequently you played in your own end of the rink, how did you two feel, especially about your game? It seemed like, even though your team would have wanted a higher volume of chances, it seemed like the two of you were in on a lot of them. Did you feel like you were opportunistic despite how little you had the puck tonight? Yeah,
it was a one and done night for us. I think probably as a team, we didn't sustain many shifts. Like we would get, I had a ton of shots today, but that was about it. That was it, and we were back checking and kind of, we didn't really play in any zone tonight. We just kind of went up and down. I don't think we played a bad game as line. I thought we were okay, but they played really well. Like, they responded. I think after all of our possession the first 2 games, we knew they were going to have a response, and it wasn't going to go like that the rest of the way. So, yeah, I think we feel good about it. I think this was a perfect time in a game where your power play needs to step up, and it was timely for us. So, we just talk in these games all the time. We say stay patient in these games because you don't want to crack in a boring type of event game for your line.
Brock, you sat in the box for the full 2 minutes. That was the good news. I just wonder, did that feel like a never-ending penalty, like how in a high-leverage situation like that? Like, how sort of anxious is it to have to sit there and then Z joins you as well?
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I have to look at the play again, but yeah, it's not a good time to take a penalty, and that's all I really have to say about it.
What about the penalty killing in this series so far, JT? Just the job and your part of it. I mean, obviously it's about getting the job done and paying a price, and clearly guys are doing that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously lately, the second half of the year I haven't been on as much. I've gone for a draw or two, but those guys that are getting the call regularly are doing an unbelievable job for us. And, they take so much pride in that area of the rink, and it's just nice to see after the last couple of years of how much our penalty kill kind of failed and let us down sometimes. It's nice to see the hard work these guys are putting in, and the buy-in and the shot blocks, and they have their pairs and they have chemistry, and it's awesome. We need that so bad. And in years prior, they get that power play in the third. They're scoring. It's a terrible feeling, but I'm super happy for them, and we're going to need them moving forward. They've been doing a great job for us.
JT, even though they had a lot of zone time, it felt like you guys were able to sort of keep them to the outside, and especially taking away a lot of their backdoor passes. There wasn't a lot of east-west movement. Even though they had a lot of zone time, can you guys take pride in how you defended the slot, took care of rebounds, and sort of prevented those passes?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the parts of our DNA as a team is making the goalies play half the net, protecting the middle. When it gets loud and crazy, you just do your job and stay in your structure. We don't have to do anybody else's job. You don't have to go rogue. And tonight I thought we had tons of sticks in the middle of the rink, like you said, and that's probably why it's frustrating for the other team, because you want to get in the interior, and I think playoff hockey is about denying that. And I'm sure Casey would tell you. I mean, I feel like a lot of them were up on the outside as well, and when they were in there, Casey was able to make the save. So I mean, that's part of how we want to play hockey as a team. And so I think they obviously outplayed us a little bit tonight, but like you said, when we rely on our structure and we have sticks in the middle and everybody buys into taking care of that ice, we're a hard team to score on, I think.
JT, you talked about how a few years ago, or even last year, if they got that late power play, then you know they're scoring. Can you talk about the resilience of this team and how you saw a little bit of that tonight?
Yeah, I mean, some new faces on the kill, obviously, but I just think this goes back to day one stuff, or the day-to-day stuff is, especially for the penalty kill, it's a refresher, restart, try to forget the past. Like I said, it's not like we knew it was going in. It was just you had it in the back of your mind because we've seen it so many times. But now we have confidence in our group, and sometimes we're going to score that goal. It's okay. It's about the response, and I just think, like I said, for the most part of the season, like the guys that have been going more regularly have been doing a hell of a job for us.
And we talked so much after the last game about shot blocks on their side. Tonight, you guys had something like 30. Was that something that you wanted to focus a little bit more on heading into tonight?
Not necessarily. I think it's just showing our willingness to win the game. I think it's a buy-in from everyone, and we need guys sacrificing when they get those looks to block some shots, and we had some big blocks tonight, and it just shows a lot of effort from the guys, and that means a lot to our team.
I hate roller coasters.
I feel fun.
Generational talent. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.